Today's review is brought to you in collaboration with our friends over at the DJHookup.com. What's up, passionate DJs? Today we are looking at the RANE Performer, which is the new flagship from RANE, and I'm excited to bring it to you because it is a 4-channel motorized controller, something that we haven't seen a whole lot of. This isn't the first one, but it's quite possibly the best one. So today we're going to dive into it and see why. So I tore into the box and was greeted by this blue poster with cute old-school hip-hop phrases on it, as well as this set of additional slip rings for the platters, which we'll get to in a moment. The box also includes a USB cable, a quick start guide, some lubricant for maintenance, and a sheet of stickers. The unit itself recommends that you remove the protective film and wipe the disc surface to clean it before use for optimum scratch performance. And yeah, feels pretty good. There's also this little insert that informs you that these faders are adjustable, though unlike the crossfader, you do have to remove this top plate to do it. Now, if there's one thing that continuously impresses me about RANE, it's their build quality. As you look over this controller, you'll see that it just seems to be put together well. For example, it has these big chunky effects paddles. It has a really nice design for the jog wheels that we'll go over here shortly. And as you just kind of crawl over it, you'll notice that it's like actual pieces that are like put together with fasteners, not just molded plastic. Like the whole thing seems like it's screwed together well. It's also got these really nice bottom platters here that are just like the RANE One, where they're just a hard chunk of metal. And so that's the one thing I can really say is this is in line with all of RANE's other stuff in that it inspires confidence just by the way that it's built. If you're a DJ that uses more than 2 channels, this should be on your list. If you're a Serato DJ, this should be on your list. If you're looking for motorized platters but don't want actual turntables, this should be on your list. If you're looking for a really good 4-channel controller without spinning platters, well, you should get the RANE Four because that's what that basically is. It's this without the motorized platters. You might think of this as the RANE 4M. The Performer has 7-inch platters, so that makes them about the same size as a 45, and they contain a 3.5-inch vertically oriented display, which shows your waveforms and album artwork and library stuff for browsing your tracks. As soon as you move the browse knob, the corresponding screen switches to browse view, and then it goes back after a few seconds of not touching it. It's very intuitive. Okay, let's take this apart because, as you may recall, I had some concerns with the design of the Pioneer DDJ Rev 7, which is another motorized controller with screens in it. The disc pops right off, no problem, and here you can see 2 pre-installed slip rings. This papery one is a bit resistant, whereas the clear one is super slippy. There's another set of super slippies in the box, as well as stiffer medium ones. Personally, I found the single slippy to be just perfect. Here you see how the disc actually connects. Now inside there are 4 tiny magnets which make for easy installation and secures it to the matching magnets on the disc, which have these protrusions that block any loosey-goosey movements. When you move the disc, it causes this inner wheel to spin separately from the platter itself. And yes, I have to say I much prefer this design over the Rev 7, which, in my experience, had just a little bit of slop during hard scratching. You can adjust the stop time of the platters from an immediate break to a slow spin down like this. And the faders themselves all feel great. Again, they're all adjustable for tension, as well as for cut-in and reverse. Now the crossfader, which I've already loosened up to my liking with the external dial, is up to the task of scratching, as should be expected from a Mag 4. The Performer is available now for $19.99, and they are available now from the DJHookup.com, the sponsor of today's video and our preferred hardware provider. You see, the RANE Performer is the only 4-channel motorized controller built to RANE's rigorous standards, and the DJ Hookup is the only DJ hardware retailer built to my rigorous standards. With a best price guarantee, free shipping, 90-day returns, and even financing options, you're already off to a good start. But add to that the fact that they're the highest rated online retailer for DJ hardware, with thousands of reviews that you can go read right now, and it's a no-brainer. If you're not sure if the Performer's right for you, you can always get in the little chat bar and ask for assistance from one of their helpful reps. So don't wait another second, head on over to the DJ Hookup and tell them that David sent you. Because the DJ hookup sells DJ gear to their friends. It's that simple. Okay, let's get into effects. The middle of the mixer section is set up like any other RANE mixer with single turn channel effects knobs in the middle, which of course act as your low and high pass filter. There's also a filter roll, noise, and a flanger. Shout out to Trip Turlington. In the middle here, you select which of your paddle effects you want to use and engage them temporarily by holding down the paddle, or click it all the way on by flipping up. There's a depth knob which lets you adjust a parameter on the fly, such as the tail of this reverb effect. Oh, whoops, flip the paddle to disengage. And of course there's an echo out. If the depth is at full, it'll pretty much echo forever. The entire effects suite from the RANE 70 8-track Signature Edition mixer has been ported over to the Performer, and you can select between these hardware effects or the software ones built into Serato by using this button. So let's talk stems. Now, like the RANE 4, there are 3 primary ways to access stems. The simplest way is by using the acapella and instrumental buttons below each deck. Touch one, and like magic, you've got just music or just vocals. Serato still has one of the best sounding stem systems in the market right now, in my opinion. Now, the next way is by using stem split. If you use this button here, it breaks the vocals and the music into separate faders, which you can control independently.
Sipping champagne on my way back to Calais. Thinks his own cloud just in case it gets messy.
Now, the most robust way is by using the stems mode on the pads. Here it actually breaks out into 4 parts: vocals, melody, bass, and drums. And you can control these all independently.
Popping bottles like it's the first time. Cause I can't wait to hear my phone ring. Cause I can hear the money calling. Popping bottles of road, something no longer heights. And I told you I'm power, so you should already know. We got more weight by the cases, so yeah, we finally made it. Close to the good life we live in, vacation, private location.
Now, if you haven't already noticed, you can actually use these stems features in concert with each other.
Bartender, can you bring another round? 100 bottles and it's all.
Once I click the stem split again, it combines everything back onto the single fader. There's also a cool set of sort of transition effects that are engaged by the lower pads that relate to the stem above it. Well, I'm an idiot and forgot to record that, so here's me demonstrating it in the RANE 4 review.
Sunset and gold sweat, green tea and smoking, cool breeze and a few friends. Sunset and gold sweat, green tea and smoking, cool breeze and a few friends.
Looking at the back, you see you have a standard IEC power cable. There's also a fan back here, though I never noticed it running, well, at least not here in the air-conditioned studio, but it's here if you need it. And of course our dual USB sound card, so two DJs can connect simultaneously. Quick note to RANE, it's a little weird at this point to not include USB-C ports, but I digress. You have a balanced XLR main output and 1/4-inch booth output, as well as an RCA main output. And it's nice to have a stereo mono switch right here on the back. This is something that you don't necessarily need every time that you DJ, but it's easy to access when you do. And here you can see the external inputs, which are routed to channels 3 and 4 on the mixer. You can switch it to phono for turntables and connect to your turntable ground here. To the right are your two mic connections, which are XLR and 1/4-inch combo jacks. If you want to apply effects to your mic, you'll want to use input 1, and then you can control that right here on the mixer. Mic 2 controls are on the front of the device, and you can see it's got a 2-band EQ. On the right are your headphones controls. You can adjust your Q mix, level, decide to use split Q, and plug into either the small or large headphones jack. In the middle, you have your crossfader settings for each channel, and can adjust your crossfader contour. Mine's currently all the way to the right for a sharp scratching. But here's where you adjust the physical tension of the crossfader. Twist it to the right, and it gets a little resistant and stiff. And the further left you go, the looser it gets.
I'm on the sound, Ruby sees them back around, no more summer bounce. Keep that indoors when we're throwing down. Oversized jumper with our underwear out. I'm on the sound, Ruby sees them down, no more summer bounce. Keep that indoors when we're throwing down. Oversized jumper with our underwear out. Indoors when we're throwing down. Like jumper with our underwear out. I'm on the sound, Ruby sees them back around. No more summer bounce, little squeeze out. The indoors when we're throwing down. Indoors when we're throwing down. Like jumper. Indoors when we're throwing down. Like jumper. Indoors when we're throwing down. But underwear out.
I don't feel like I'm hunting to find like where the Q button is and where the faders are. Like all the EQ stuff is like where it naturally should be. It's just a matter of learning these secondary presses in order to take advantage of all the little like features, like with that stem separation. That's bleeping dope. Good thing it doesn't work with record box, because my wife would be really pissed off right now. I do like the direct IEC versus having to carry that specific power cord with the block in it. Basically, as long as you have an IEC, you have power. You don't have to worry about that one specific purpose-built power cord. It's just heavy. So if you're a mobile DJ, be prepared for that. I'd say this is twice as heavy as the 1000.
That's probably about right. I think it's 10 pounds heavier than the RANE 4, so I think it makes it 28 pounds.
The monitors are super bright and nice. Like we're using studio lights in here, so I'm sure in a club, these things are just gonna pop. And the cool thing that I did notice about halfway through is that it shows you the track playing on your other deck as well in the on the screen there.
Alright, so I'll be straight up with you. When it comes to motorized DJ controllers, the Performer knocks it out of the park. This is the best one I've used. The Rev 7 is a good product, and so is the RANE One, but of course, both of those are 2-channel controllers, and the RANE One is a much simpler device. Don't get me wrong, I adore the RANE One as well, and I think this is a great option if you only need 2 channels, you want something smaller, you don't care about stems, but you're still all about scratching. But the RANE Performer is the motorized controller that does it all. It takes the best aspects from the hardware already on the market, the center screens from the Rev 7, the robustness of the RANE One, and the intuitive stems control of the RANE 4. Nothing leading up to this controller can really hold a candle to it in my opinion. Not the Numark NS7 line, not the Tractor Control S4 Mark III, and I've got to say, not even the Rev 7. So I implore you, dear commenter, where is your Pioneer shill now? All right, folks, so that's going to bring it to a close. That is the RANE Performer. Once again, a lovely product from RANE here. Probably the best Serato controller I've used. It goes right alongside the RANE 4. Once again, this is just sort of a motorized version of that. And so, you know, this gives you that same great stems interface that we had with the RANE 4, where it's like really intuitive and it just kind of makes sense how the stems work as compared to some more confusing layouts that we've seen from competitors. And, you know, it allows you to mix in 4 channels with spinning platters, and that's great. You know, you don't need 4 turntables, you can switch between decks, and so this is really a versatile product that just really makes sense slotting in right above the RANE One, which is also a great product, and that was my favorite motorized controller until now. So I think that this is going to be a really great product for any DJ who is a scratch DJ but is digital and is kind of married to Serato. You're not going to find much better than this on the market right now. So I highly recommend this one, and I hope that you will consider buying it from thedjhookup.com, link in the description below. That is the RANE Performer, and this has been Passionate DJ. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on spinning.